Guys, welcome back to another episode of One Step at a Time, your whole social flight 111 and straight to full potential with Sarah Delayed. Look at the jogger just went past. And we're back for another episode of the old holiday, One Step at a Time. I'm currently out here in Riga, Latvia. Wow. Got in here on Saturday. Got in early. What time did I get in? I must have got in like 9 o'clock. I got into Riga 9 o'clock. Was a little tired. I had a pretty early flight. But got in, got the bussy from the airport to the main kind of area, old town of Riga. And then I went and got a haircut. I wasn't too happy. She kind of butchered my hairline a little bit, low key butchered my hairline. Pushed it back a wee bit. I wasn't too impressed with that, I tell you, but not to worry. I was a bit grouchy now. Been in a bad mood now for the first couple hours I was here, just because I was tired and I wasn't too happy with my haircut. But anyways, after that, I'm here now. After that, got this lovely coffee, and I was like, bro, this is going to be a great trip. Let me compose myself. Oh, and as I'm saying this, look at this, what a wonderful, precise timing. A boat coming right past. Isn't that great timing? What? Fun stuff. So I told myself, Martin, this is going to be a great trip. And that it was. A phenomenal trip. Got in the Saturday, the hungry squirrel, or squirrel something. It was the name of the hostel. Checked in there, and some squirrels. Anyways, if you ever come to Riga, go to the Squirrel Hostel. It's the best hostel. Oh, so much fun. Such lovely people. So I checked in there, and I was like, yeah, I like the vibe of this. When I first walked in, it was like this hallway. I beeped, and then there was this hallway, and there was like, in pink writing, like them pink LED lights, and I was like, hold on a second there, what type of a place is this? But then I got chatting to a Finnish lady, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. So then I checked into my room, got in my room, and there was some old dude underneath me. I was like, and then a guy walked in, and I was like, oh, what's the crack, my man? Turns out to be a dude from Mayo. And take in mind, there's only there's 2 bunk beds in the dorm or whatever. Dorm 14. And anyways, it turns out he's a dude from Mayo. Shout out Dara. And man, shout out Dara. Oh man, we had some crack. What a dude. What a great dude, man. We ended up having a wonderful time. Shout out Dara. Really made the weekend. So yeah, got what do we end up doing? Saturday. Wasn't doing much on the Saturday. I'm trying to think now, what was I doing on Saturday? Oh sorry, yeah, Saturday got in, was chatting to him, then I went down to the Olympic Centre to pick up my number. Got my number, just took in the vibes there, the energy and whatnot. And from there I got some bananas, croissant and water, and then went back to the gaff, and then from there we went out to Bellente, I think it's called. Bellente Italia. So went out and got some Italian food. I got some bruschetta, and I got some pasta bolognese and bruschetta. So that was good fun. And man, we walked into this restaurant, and bro, they had koi fish. Like this little pond in the restaurant, and then it was proper relaxing and cool. And then it was funny because there was like 2 seats beside like a fireplace with candle lit, and Dara was like, oh, it'd be all funny if we sat there. And then that's what ended up being seated. Shout out the boys playing the tunes, you the bros. Anyhow, and so yeah, we ended up sitting there, and oh man, just had a great fine conversation, just great conversation and whatnot. And then went to bed that night. Ready for the quest of running the Riga 2026 marathon. So yeah, was a little nervous, but I slept okay for the most part. Was a little nervous, woke up at 6. It was so funny. I will tell you something funny. I was in the middle of like this dream about this girl that I used to see Years ago. I don't know why she popped in my dreams. But anyways, we were cuddling, which is just a funny thing. And then just woke up and I was like, that was kind of a nice dream. So anyways, woke up from the dream and it was time to get cracking, as they say. And caught up anyways. I had my gels prepared. Could have had a few more carbs in me now, but I had my gels prepared. And it was actually, here's something for you. I'm not superstitious. I'm not a superstitious person. I put out good energy and believe things fall into place for me. But I kind of, when it comes to the marathons, I like to have the way I dress, certain code, like a color code, like that makes me feel good. It's not that I won't do well in the marathon or anything, but I want to feel my best. And I was thinking, I should have had a white top and my pink shorts. Sure, I get to the Olympic Center, right? Because I was originally going to wear pink on purple, and it didn't. I love pink, but it didn't really rock too well. Didn't really fit. Wasn't very fitting. So, sure did. But when I got to the Olympic Center, got my T-shirt, which I thought you usually get from London and Milan. I got after, but for Riga, they give it to me beforehand, which was wonderful. So I got the T-shirt. And it was white, and I was like, perfect fit too, excellent. So got the T-shirt or whatever, and was prepared that morning. I had my gels. I had 13 gels, so I had plenty of gels. Shout out my boy Ian and McNamara. I'd only done 6 gels last time, but he was telling me he had like 12. I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Now, the only thing I did not predict and foresee happening was the actual weight, because I didn't actually have practice with that many in my kind of sachet around it's like a running belt. I'm also a bit middle of the road when it comes to running belts. You know, I don't like the jacket or whatever people wear, or, you know, the over the head thing. I wouldn't be a fan of that, to be honest. I tried to wear one there last year and I just didn't really like it. Not for a marathon, just for a jog. So anyhow, I was prepared. Now, for my preparation for this marathon, I did do about 2.5 months, 3 months preparation. I will say in between that though, there was a couple like 2-week stoppages. I got sick. I was back to back sick for like 3 weeks one time. So that did kind of stunt it a little bit. And in all transparency and honesty, I did not do any huge runs. I did a half marathon. I did a couple 10 milers. I did a 12 mile, but I didn't do a 15 or 18 mile, which I should have done. But then again, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't too pushed. So especially in the coming weeks, in the 2 weeks, my leg was stiff. So I wasn't too pushed on doing them bigger ones. Now, you need to be doing them bigger ones. You really do. Like, there's no doubt about it. That's my 3rd marathon. Like, you need to be doing them big ones. Especially if you're aiming for a time, which I was and I wasn't. I know it sounds like I'm a very, maybe a bit disorganized here with the way I'm presenting this, but I said to myself, I would, if I got anything from 4:15, I'd be like, that'd be nice. But at the same time, it wasn't. If I didn't get that, I wouldn't have been disappointed, and I wasn't disappointed. But anyhow, so I did have preparation coming into it, and I'm not one of the people who say, oh, you don't have to do the big runs, you can just wing it. You can't wing it. There's no doubt about it. You can't wing it. But I have enough experience, and I know the line out of it, and the method, and where you have to push and where you don't, especially this one because it was so educational. But anyhow, so I had all right preparation going into it. I wasn't on 0%, but I wasn't on 100. I'd say I had about 64% preparation. So I'd been eating well all week, and I got that down fairly good. I'd been eating a lot of carbs, a lot of protein all week. So I got that down fairly good. And then I had a couple things. Now, I won't lie, I left my charger in London. So I was maneuvering, trying to get chargers. And then adapters. There was a couple of silly mistakes now that I could have been more fine-tuned now when it came to my preparation. But look, we adapted. So then the morning of, as I said, got all my gels together. I had, what did I have? I had some Cocoa Pops. Cocoa Pops, some water. Did I have any caffeine? No, I didn't bother having coffee or anything. I just had some Cocoa Pops and some water. And yeah, me and Dara went to the starting line. And when it comes, I was a bit nervous at certain points, but when it comes to the starting line, I was very relaxed. Again, trying to like take it in. Like again, the nerves, I'd kind of done the nerves. I was like, all right, now we're at the starting line. So I was very relaxed. And yeah, I will say it's not, 3 marathons does not, two before this does not make you a seasoned marathon runner by any means. Like if you want like the real educational, then you go to the boys that be doing the marathons the whole time and stuff. But I don't know, there was a familiarity at the starting line. That I'm like, okay, I've been here before. And I think that does play a lot into the mentality, a lot into the mental aspect of it. A lot into your body, as I'll get into. But anyways, I was very, very relaxed at the starting line. I was like, okay, here we go again. And started. Now, Jesus, the first 5 miles. And again, guys, I know we've been through this. Oh, there's a tram behind me. Will we let the tram go? I'm sure podcast AI can clean up the audio. We got some boyos coming here too. So as I previously stated in the past, I am a man of miles and not kilometers. And I'll bring that to the deathbed with me. So anyways, first 4 or 5 miles, I started being nervous then. I was like, hold on a second here, body, wakey, we're in the marathon, it's time to go. Because the machine wasn't starting. I was like, come on, you. Do you know, if you ever had a petrol lawnmower or a chainsaw and you're pulling the cord to try to get it to start, you're pulling and you're like, geez, it's going to start, and then eventually you get a big burst of energy and it hits correct and vroom. So honestly, it wasn't until mile 6 or 7, so that's 1/4, I guess, around 1/4 maybe, 7, 14, 21, 28, okay, a little bit more, that the body started to, oh, we're here. And that was nice. It was at like around my first kind of water stop, I think. I needed a whiz. So yeah, even before I got to the water stop, I had to take a quick whiz. So I needed a number 1.
We're all dying. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're fine.
So yeah, I needed to take a quick whiz. I think around mile 6, so pretty early on. I did go to one right before the marathon, but then I needed another one. So I did that, then got to the water, and then I started, feeling it. And then I was starting to, okay, I'm enjoying it now. I'm starting to feel the energy. And, yeah, then just started getting the groove of it. The way I kind of view them is the marathon begins in the second half. So the first half marathon is just, you're getting used to it, you're getting the feel of it, and then that second is where you get into it. That's when you start feeling, well, for me, and you start feeling on your body. So they had lovely people cheering on. They had lovely native music playing at different points. They had people dressed in like this vintage old classic like Latvian wear and whatnot. That was amazing. They'd be cheering you on, singing Latvian songs in like big groups, and there was like orchestral pieces being played by the bands and stuff. That was so cool. And then I'm going through the groove, running around Riga, and going through I got another jar. I'm going through the groove of things, and then pretty Gucci, mile 10, nothing's really mad happening. I've a couple tunes playing. To be honest, man, the music didn't really do much this marathon, which I don't know, is quite insightful for me, because the last two played such a big part, but this one, not as much, because I found myself taking out my earphones and just bringing in the moment a bit more. Like, there was points where I was loving it a bit, In the House, Steve Aoki, and Will I Am. That was a nice moment and stuff, and a bit of Triple H theme song, which I'll get to that in a second. But for the most part, man, I didn't really, and 50 towards the end, I did pull out a bit of 50 to get me across the finish line. I just played it out the speaker. I'll get to that in a second. I totally forgot I even did that. But anyhow, I didn't really rely on music as much this time around, which is insightful. But anyhow, mile 10, 11, 12, we're going normal now, 13. Now I'm starting to feel the legs cramping up a little bit and starting to tighten around the knees. Me poor old glutes tightening too. And yeah, that's when I started to feel it. And then I started to slow down a little bit then, mile 14, 15. I was like, oh, I'm starting to slow down a wee bit. Because I was 9 minutes per mile is what I was keeping up. And I was supposed to keep under 9:30 to do around 4:15. I think it was around that, 4 hours 15. But then I started to slow up mile 15. And then, right, guys, then it's starting a little bit tough. We go into this forest. This is a funny story. Oh, yes, this is a funny story. Hey, it's the realities of doing it. It's the realities of putting your body through this. So anyhow, if we want to like bring it back to last year, so let's build the picture. Let's build the story and add the details so you can be there right with me. And it'll be funny when you are. So, you know where this story is going as soon as I mention this. Last year in Milan, I went to the toilet right before and got the number 2 out the way. Perfect timing. Excellent. Meticulous. Slightly by chance, but meticulous. This time round, I didn't go that morning. So fast forward, we're on like, let's say, I'm going to mile 15 because it is a little bit blurry. Mile 15 and we're running through this forest. It's starting to be tough now. I need to do a number 2. I need to do it number 2. I'm like, damn, how far is it to the next portal? I think it was like a mile and a half. And at this point, 3 things were actually. The weight of the gels played into it. Now, it wasn't a really heavy weight, but it was more, I think, a mental thing that there was just this extra little weight on. It didn't slow me down or anything. I think it was more a mental thing. It was my knees starting to like be sore. And like, no, be sore is one thing, but starting to stiffen up. I think the pain is one thing, stiffen up is another. And third, I need to go to the toilet, man. So we're in the forest. And I'm kind of looking around. And I see a couple of people they go in for a whiz. And I'm like, man, about 2 miles previous, I seen people giving out tissue paper. And I was like, I kind of laughed and chuckled. Anyways, fast forward 15 miles in, we're in the forest. I need to go to the toilet. Now, it's a forest. We're running through a forest. It was like this small road through a forest. And I looked around and I was like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. So I run into the forest. It's actually so fun. I run into the forest, right? And thankfully, I had a bit of tissue paper, enough to do the job, just about. I'm going to say something pretty funny here. There might have been a couple leaves involved, okay? There might or might not have been a couple leaves involved, okay? I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to let your imagination fill in the rest. I don't know if that's even something you want to imagine. Yeah, well, anyways, if you want to imagine, it's me. Bruh, it just fell over soon. Literally, as I was telling the story, the phone just fell over. Is that not hilarious? Back to the story. If you want to imagine, if you don't, you can fast forward. Me bent over, bit of tissue doing the job. May or may not have been a leaves involved. I am not admitting to that, but I'm just putting that out there. There may or may not been some leaves involved. Business was done. Felt so much better. Bro, I felt like 30% better. I was like, I got a bit of gusto, a bit of air in the lungs, a pep in the step, a bit of electricity in the soul. Here we go, back out onto the track. So that made a big difference. Popped another gel, yup, into the body. And we kept moving. Now, mile 16, 17, that for me is the marathon. That really is when you're tested, and I was tested. I was on 16 and it's just about one more. So basically the way I viewed mile 16 to 26 is it's 8 miles. It's 8 miles. I've done that many a time. And that's all it is. And it's just 1 mile at a time. And within that time period, I took out my earphones. I was taking in the energy, people cheering on, the waters, man. And then the bananas. Once the bananas came, I was like, I got this. What I was impartial to doing last time was walking, and I didn't want to walk at all this time. And because like at certain times you can afford a little walk because you've put a good time in. But I think I walked maybe 4 times, but it was no more than 10 seconds. And then I kept it moving. because it's actually harder to start walking and then run again. Sorry, I'm not wording that correctly. Sometimes, depending on how your body is, it can actually be harder to walk than run, because you're running, you're just in motion and you're just in the groove of it. But when you start walking, it's like you stop and start to feel everything. I know that's kind of backwards and might not make sense a little bit, but if you're into running, it might make a little sense. So anyhow, I'm feeling the pain, but I've been honest. I also had a pain in my foot. All right, guys. How are you? I'm just talking about the marathon.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It was, when was it? It was Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I did, yeah.
How did it feel?
Oh, it was amazing, guys. It was great. It was sore. My knees are a bit sore from it now, but
Oh my goodness.
it was a blessing. Where are you guys from?
The States.
What part of the States?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you
Very
know
good.
it?
I know of it. I've never been, but I know of it. Yeah, I'd love to visit sometime.
Ah, come on over.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
I'm from Ireland. Ireland, yeah. A little place called Sligo in the west of Ireland.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Have you been to visit Ireland?
I've been to Ireland.
Yeah?
You've been
Yeah.
separately for work. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
The Cork Cove.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
I'm going to Cork in the summer. I've never been to Cork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So we're going to a little island off Cork for a music festival. And there's about 150 people.
Oh,
And it's a little
my.
tight music festival. So
Lovely.
I'm very excited. Are you having a good time here?
Yes, we just got in last night, and
Lovely.
we're taking it easy. We're with a biking group,
Okay.
and they're off doing things. I fell and hurt my ankle, so I'm taking it easy today,
Okay.
and I hope to be good. Well,
Quite
enough
smart.
to tomorrow.
Speedy recovery. You guys are big into cycling. Do you like cycling?
Oh, love cycling.
We love
Yeah.
good company in there.
Perfect. Because I'm big into running. I'm
Yes.
starting to get into swimming a little bit.
Okay.
And cycling's my next. Any advice for
Don't fall.
don't fall? Yeah. Have you been at it long? Have you been doing cycling?
Long time, and
Yeah.
and he's done much swimming.
Swimming,
So
okay.
Swimming.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only learned to swim 3 years ago. So I'm fresh.
Okay.
So do they have triathlons in Ireland? Where you
They do. That's what I'm
Are you
into
gonna
the
go
future.
for
A
that?
couple of years into the future.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we have done them.
You've done
when we were-
triathlons?
when we were younger.
Yeah.
And he
Wow.
most people struggle with the swim,
Yeah.
and so I mean, practiced in open water with some people,
Gotcha.
so that because it's going to be arms and legs. And,
Yeah. Water hitting. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's just, it's not a calm feel.
Interesting. That's very good advice.
Yeah, and then I would say on the bike, just read a lot about rhythm, cadence.
Rhythm. Okay.
Because that's the longer portion, so you want to keep steady and not burn yourself out too fast. And then when you transition to the run, your legs are going to feel like lead. So practice that transition going for the bike.
Feel the calluses maybe.
calluses the brain. That's
Brain.
it.
The calluses of the brain.
Right. So have fun with it.
Thank you guys. What's your names?
James.
James. Martin. Nice to meet you.
Martin.
Martin, or in Irish, Morchin. And yeah, my mother calls me Morchin. And what's your name?
I am Tracy.
Tracy and James. A pleasure to meet you
What's the
guys.
live broadcast you're doing?
So I was doing a podcast. If you want to say hello to the guys, James. What's your name again? And
Tracy.
Tracy, James and
Yes,
Tracy.
indeed.
What a pleasure to meet you guys.
Likewise.
And perfect, giving me the perfect advice I need.
There you go.
James and Tracy, God bless. Enjoy.
Congrats on the marathon.
Thank you. Speedy recovery now, Tracy.
Thank
You'll be back on the bike tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Hey, would you look at that? Good, all wholesome fun. That was good, wasn't it? That was good crack. Anyways, where are we at here now? We're in the marathon. Is that going to fall over? I hope not. We're in the marathon. And I've done the business number 2. I'm in 16, 17. The bananas. Oh, we got some roars. Let's go with the flow here. We got some roars in the back. The joys of doing entertainment and podcasting out in the real world. So I need to do it more, man. I know Finn's been saying I need to do it. I really do. So anyhow, I do that in 16, 17, but get the bananas, and my foot was sore. The heel of my foot began to be sore, and I was like, oh no, have I picked up an injury here? But then honestly, I just kept persisting and kept kind of being determined to run it off. Because that's the thing with some injuries. or some, not even injuries, points of pain or discomfort, at first you get worried. And Dara said, he was telling me, he heard a good quote before, don't give pain a voice. And when pain arises, you give it a voice. And I guess you determine and put control on how loud that voice is, how much attention you want to give the voice. And it kind of is, is it as simple as that? Look, I can't speak for big injuries. Look, I can't speak for the lads doing triathlons, the women out there doing crazy stuff and really picked up a bad injury. But from having a little experience and picking up some niggles here and there, I would imagine it's the same for bigger injuries or bigger points of pain. Giving it that voice and how much attention you want to place on it will determine if you can push through it or not. So that I just kept pushing, and it just started kind of go away. Feel a little in the last couple of days, but started kind of go away. So I did that. That was okay. But the knees. And at one point I tried to run a bit faster, but I just felt it happened in Milan too when I tried to run the pace a little bit. Instead, I tried to go quickly, and it's like, no, I can't do that. Let me just chill at this pace, keep moving, and then just start to slowly get quicker again, And that's what I did. Just a little 1%, a bit quicker, and back into a rhythm. And then you get to like mile 20. I was playing Triple H. I am the game, time to play the game. A bit of Motorhead. And yeah, I felt good. I had a touch of a couple of emotional moments, not like too mad. I can definitely use that as fuel to keep pushing. A couple of mantras. I am winning. I am a winner. I am winning. And sometimes I do this thing where I'll just go like this and just zone in on a point ahead. So like I'll just go like, sorry, I need to use my words for all people not watching. I'll put my head down, kind of put my eyes under my eyebrows and focus on a precise point on the track and just get to that one and then get to the next. Get to that one, get to the next. Get to that one. So it could be, if we're in the forest, it could be a particular tree. And then once I get to that tree, it could be the end of the road. Whatever the point is, I just focus on that and just completely zone in. And I think I need to optimize that, but I'll definitely need to apply that mindset in the future. And shout out Tracy and James. Triathlons. Wow. Different ball game. Takes some grit now, triathlons. That's a whole other field. What lovely people. So yeah. Mile 20, good. Use that a couple of teary moments, just thinking of, had a couple of intrusive thoughts, but it's okay. We overcame them thoughts. Just, I suppose, the depths. I suppose the wall. You could say the wall was more like 17, 18, I guess. What am I saying? Yeah, let's get to 17, 18. Mile 17, 18. It's a couple. Mind playing tricks a little bit. I could just slide here to the left and I could skip this part of the marathon. And then you go, bro, what are you talking about? Why on earth would you do that? But you start getting your mind plays tricks on you a little. What else was I thinking? I was thinking, geez, am I getting through this? That happened once or twice, but again, it's your mind playing tricks rather than your capabilities or the limitations of your capabilities. So that happened once or twice. I would say, yeah, that's what people say the wall, I guess, is. It's that moment where you think, can I keep doing this? I always visualize, Run Fat Boy Run. I always mention that as a good example when you just see it and you're like, oh, can I get over this wall? Can I get through it? Yes, you most certainly can. Mile 20, more people, mile 21, 22, 23, just another one, you're in, bruh. Once you get to the 20s, again, for kilometer people, once you get to the 30s, I think it's in sight. Then it's the finishing line is there. It's just about keeping the rhythm. Again, as I don't want to repeat myself, be repetitive, but the marathon for me, and depending on who you ask, for me, it's mile 13 to mile 20. That's it. So far, that's where I've applied it anyway. And then after that, the finishing line. Once you're in the 20s, okay, I'm not that far away. And then kept pushing. Stopped using my earphones again around mile 23 because it died, and just kept pushing. Might have blasted out 50 on the speaker a little bit. Only because someone else did it, though. I don't put in the blast a little, I'll get money or I'll whip your head, boy. I wonder did anyone get annoyed at me doing that, most likely. maybe they thought it was inspirational and motivational, who knows. Anyways, and pushed through, and then on the final like kilometer or so, about like less than a mile, I just went at it and pushed as hard as I can, because I knew I had that fuel limit. Like, the biggest thing about this one, I did have doubts, but I would say it was the most controlled I felt. And even when I was doubtful, dubious of how quick I could go, in reality, in hindsight, like with clarity, I can see that I wasn't at any point gonna like stop or pick up and like stop because of something, and it would not be in my nature. But it's so funny, like, until you're in the race again, you forget, oh yeah, when you're in the trenches, like, oh yeah, this is the part that people are on about now. But so that was, I'm getting a little bit wet here. How are we doing here? Oh, good 31 minutes, man. I forget about when it comes to solo dolos, man. Sometimes chatting can be mad for like just 30 minutes, 40 minutes on end. But anyhow, that was that, and then got to so you could see the finishing line, and my good friend WP Master, aka Finn Costello, said, make sure you celebrate at the end this time, because I didn't celebrate last time at the end in terms of the finishing line. I just got over it and I was dushed. So I made sure this time I give myself a good yup. And yeah, I had a celebration for myself. And then yeah, man, I was a little emotional after. I had one or two thoughts, but they were passing thoughts. They were like, it was beautiful. It was, you know, what the marathons represent, the race itself. How am I wording this? The meaning is everything for me, because the meaning is I turned up and I got out every day for the jog, or I looked after my body. I stopped smoking January 30th. That's a big thing. You know, that's a really big thing. The accomplishment of doing something like that doesn't, if you're trying to accomplish things to make a certain portion of yourself feel better, a portion that lacks love, that ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. And what I mean by that, I feel like I'm dancing. What I'm trying to say here is, I had a passing thought. I was like, man, there we go. I did the marathon, and it didn't make me feel any better. And I was like, hold on a second here, Mary. Come on now. Don't rob yourself. Hold on a second here. Do not rob yourself of this moment. That is not why you did this. You did not do it to make, that is not the reality. You know why you did it. You did it. Don't lie to yourself. You did it to keep in motion and to continue on becoming the person you wanted to be. I had to remind myself of that, because I had a minute there where I was like, well, that didn't make me feel any better doing that race. And I was like, hold on a second, because that's what I mean. The ending of the marathon is anticlimactic. I don't know if other people feel that. For me, it's anticlimactic as fuck. You're celebrating, you're in the preparation and in the middle of it. And the ending, 3 times anticlimactic. I've done 3 ones now, and they've all been anticlimactic. Even though I celebrated, the sense of accomplishment is not at that finishing line. It's not. It's right in the middle of it, when you overcome the thoughts and overcome the pain. Or when I overcame my knees, or the pain in my foot, or when I had to adapt and slide into the woods. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's when you adapted, you overcame, and you persevered. And I'm reminded of that time and time again. But anyhow, got to the end, and it was good. Yeah, you get your medal and whatnot, and it was a nice medal, and got some drinks, whatever, and then just texting the fam. Macker sent me nice texts, and Finn and Nathan and Jim the King, Nathan's step pops, and Joshua and whatnot, and was very grateful. Pardon me. And walked back to the hostel, seen Dara. It was good. Had a good crack with Dara, and then I took it easy. Went and got food. We went and got food. Where did we go get food shit that night? Pardon my language. Bruschetta Belante that night. Where was... Oh! Bro, where did we get food that night? I'm so confused, because last night we went to Lito. I can't remember where we went marathon day. Yeah, I don't know where we went marathon day. I need to write this down before I forget it, guys. But anyways, Sunday then I did not... Sorry, the Monday, man. Yesterday I was just drinking milk, eating chocolate on the sofa in the hostel. I had nothing. But then, that night, went out on a pub crawl last night. Had a great time. Phenomenal time. Sorry, what am I saying? We went... The night of the marathon, we went out. We went out to this karaoke bar, which was good fun. That was good crack. And that was good fun. And then... But did I get food? Where did we get food? Okay, I'll spend the half podcast thinking where we got food. I can't remember where we got food in that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, now I remember. We went to this little cozy spot and we got burger and chips, man. It was lovely. I actually couldn't finish my burger, but it was lovely. It was good fun. And man, the legs going up and down the stairs, they were stiff. My knees, but they weren't too bad, like. And then the rest of the day, I drank milk. Went out karaoke that night, drank milk yesterday, drinking tons of milk and eating chocolate. And then went out last night and had a wonderful time. Went to some bars, met some great characters. We got Owen Bennett and the Bennett brothers, Owen and Nate Bennett from California. There was Ty from somewhere in America. We got Lenny from Alaska. Nolan from Wisconsin. Of course, Dara from Ottermore Mill. Some great cars. Australian Sasha from fucking Australian. Oh man, look at this. Oh bro, let's see if I can get this bird. Look at the birdie just chilling right beside me. Hello, Mr. Birdie. Doing his thing. What you up to? Yeah? What you up to? So anyhow, just had some good crack last night. Went out, wasn't drinking. That was nice too. I didn't drink for the whole trip, and I was happy with that because I didn't want to drink. So I didn't drink, and had a great time. Had a phenomenal time. Was drinking lattes last night. Had a wonderful time. Did some karaoke, a bit of Oasis Wonderwall. I did the Liam Gallagher. That was hilarious. And yeah, man, it was a lovely thing. And then a good crack last night. Our dorm room was so funny. We just some good crack. Lenny from Alaska, Nolan from Wisconsin, Tara and myself, and just proper good bands. But yeah, man, there we go. That was Riga. Now it's 1:10 and I gotta go to the toilet, and then I gotta get my flight, which is at 5 to 5. I think I have plenty of time. But yeah, that was the Riga Marathon. What a weekend. I got some people going past here. We got some girl running here. Good, honest banter. What a weekend. Beautiful. Guys, there are no limits to what you can do in this life. We're on a rock floating in the universe. The only limitations are the limitations we choose to put upon ourselves. If you want to chase a dream, do it. If you want to run a 5K, you can. If you want to run a marathon, you can. If you want to become a singer, you can. Please don't limit yourself, and please don't be scared of unlocking and unleashing and being one with your true potential. You know, it's something I strive to. I don't always feel it, but when you feel it, man, it's a wonderful emotion, a wonderful gift. Alignment, it's quite powerful. It's quite liberating. So it is. So yeah, guys, I believe in you. You believe in me, I believe in you. My man. Right, go on. I better let you go. Better let you out of here. You got things to do. Oh, I gotta catch a flight. It goes late nights on the road. Yeah, that's how it goes these days. I'm gonna try my best to catch this flight, but if I don't know when I come in the morning, I'm my best to it. Alright, go on. Love you lots, guys. Give yourselves a good hug. Oh, Jesus. Give yourself a good hug. Good pat on the back. I love myself. Say it. I love myself. Another one. Next year, we'll be doing the Paris Marathon. There are no limitations. To infinity and beyond, said Buzz Lightyear. Guys, this is another episode of One Step at a Time, your whole social flight. 111, head straight to full potential with zero delays. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Get out of here, you silly rascal.